Only if you can talk about the session with Varun. Obviously, there was a lot of conversation in between the session. What was that all about, and how is he get up for the semi-final?
That is just a normal routine session with Varun. He really enjoys just to have a single wicket practice a day before the game, where he can mentally just go through his process. I mean, the conversations we've had is just about sort of clarity, and for him just to walk away feeling good about his bowling.
Coach, team had a lengthy session yesterday, but there are news reports going on that session was delayed by 1 hour due to superstition, lunar eclipse. Is there any truth to it? If you can explain a bit.
Look, I mean, I was told about the lunar eclipse, and the session was pushed backwards. But I think the most important thing to focus on was the quality the guys put in at hours with the train, which was great to see.
Morne, hi. Just wanted to check. India also hasn't had the perfect game coming into the semi-final, just like England. So what have the conversations been like in the team leading up to the big semi-final, India versus England?
Yeah, I mean, for us, that is something we haven't really spoken about the perfect game. I think the quality of this team has been shown that on the day somebody can put their hand up and put up a performance. And then hopefully now in the last two games, especially now tomorrow night, we can put that special performance in. All we can do is work hard at training. Unfortunately, we all know how the game goes. That success is never guaranteed. But if we can give ourselves the best chance to go out and perform, that is what we strive for. And a big occasion tomorrow night here, semi-final. A great stadium to play. A great game of cricket, so hopefully the boys can rock up tomorrow and just be calm and execute those skills.
The pitch for the first match against USA, we had a tricky one. So how does this look, and are you prepared for a kind of a different approach for this?
Yeah, to be honest, we not quite sure a day out how the wicket is going to play. I'm pretty sure you experience walking here, it's a lot hotter all of a sudden in India. So in terms of moisture and allowing the wicket not to dry out, I think it's going to be key, or for it to play well. So again, that's something that we can't control. Obviously, we try and keep our bases covered as best as possible. Team selection will go in terms of what do we see on game day, and then from there we just need to be smart in our skills, reading the conditions and adapting to it. Yes, plan A is you go in with some sort of idea, but the key is to find that skill of how to play on the wicket on a specific night. I mean, it's something we can't control.
Morne, you always highlighted about the dependency factor, not to be dependent on one or two bowlers in a tournament like this, in a World Cup like this. But in the last since the Pakistan game, Indian bowlers have conceded more than 175 runs in each innings. And Varun, obviously, he hadn't had the best games. So do you think that there is a little bit of reliance on Varun, because opponents with due respect to Netherlands and Zimbabwe, they have also got runs against our spinners and the rest of the bowlers?
Yeah, they're good teams. If you look at the scores in the World Cup and the surfaces, it's good. It's been good wickets. So I don't know if you expect us to bowl every team out for 120, 150. We're in a semi-final and we've won games of cricket, and the guys have done well. There's times where I can remember we had Rinku and Talak bowling in certain games, Booms and those guys not bowling their full quota. So I think for us, it's not how you get to the semi-finals. It's the next couple of two games, how we're going to play that. And players, they play well. We know the margins are small in India, bowling especially. I don't read too much into that.
Hi, Morne. The last time the two teams played here, India won by 150 runs. I know a bilateral dead rubber is a bit different to a T20 World Cup semi-final, but can you just touch upon the differences England have made in the 13 months since you last played them in a T20 series to now?
Yeah, I think playing against England, a team that's street smart. Obviously, there's a lot of quality in their side. Batting quite long, deep, which makes them a very dangerous side. And then, with the ball also, they've got wicket-taking options. I think the way they approach a T20 game, fearless at trying to take the game on, will give you opportunities and makes them a dangerous side. So I feel tomorrow is going to be a good shootout between two aggressive teams, and the side that can hold their nerves and play the conditions and read some of the conditions quite well and the quickest, I reckon will come out on top.
Morne, third T20 World Cup semi-final in a row against England. So what learnings can you take from the previous games? One you have won and the other one lost in 2022. And also the areas that you need to work upon apart from the catching ones.
Yeah, obviously fielding is something that we speak about a lot. That I think at times we're guilty, if we're honest, of giving away maybe 15, 20 runs in the field. So that's one aspect that we keep on working hard and asking the guys to really step up on. And then in terms of learnings, there's always learnings and growth that we take. But especially looking at this game here, we don't want to overanalyze too much of the past and games played. I think for us it's just again focusing on what we've got in front of us, and we have to be at our best tomorrow to beat England.
Hi, Morne. What's your reading about this pitch, which looks pretty green at the moment? And do you expect it to remain the same?
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably have a better indication in terms what the surface is going to play like tomorrow. At the moment, because of the heat, they have given it a little bit of water, so it's quite soft. So it's quite hard to get a proper 100% accurate read on it. But are we expecting it to be a good wicket, high scoring game? We're preparing ourselves for tough conditions, and then from there we will assess. But so I think if you go in with a mindset that it's going to be a high scoring game and we need to be up at the standard, that's a good place to be at.
Morne, of course you have played a lot of cricket here at this venue and seen the other teams play and India play here. What are the real challenges which come along when you play at a venue like Wankhede, dew, the sea breeze, the pitch offering assistance to batters, a high scoring venue? So what are the challenges like, and how do you kind of prepare your matchups and tactical calls venue specific wise? So what are those conversations like when you prepare for a game at a venue like Wankhede?
Yeah. Look, I think dew is always a big concern. But that's again something you can't control the toss. I think at Wankhede there's always that extra bit of bounce. Guys can trust the bounce and hit through the line. But in saying that can also, as a bowler, bring you into the game. I just felt or feel that the margins here is a lot smaller. The ball travels. It's quite a small ground. You just need to be really like fight in that over, stay in the moment, and compete every ball. Because, like I said, the batter's strength can also be his weakness on the surface. So it's sometimes not to go too defensive and keep on attacking, because opportunities can come.
Coach, Indian team was struggling with two left-handers in the opening, and then Sanju came in Chennai, and in Kolkata we saw what he did. What was the conversation with Sanju Samson before that game? How did you guys give him confidence? And second part is, how important will be the toss in this game?
Yeah, I mean, toss will be, obviously, if there's dew, that will be important. Coming back to Sanju, quality player. I don't think there was a lot of, I don't think, but there was not a lot of conversation. He's a guy that always works hard at the nets. I think just that sort of opportunity he got given, he showed his class and his experience. He got the opportunity, and as a guy that's played a lot of games, he stepped up in a crucial game. From a coaching or from the mentor sort of side, it was just about giving him the backing. Although he sort of lost his place in the team, for him it was always at nets to make sure he gets the quality work in, because you never know in a tournament that a situation like we found ourselves can always be there. So credit to him, for not losing that hope, keep on working hard, keep on grooving on his strengths, and then taking the opportunity. I think in professional sport it's all about staying ready, so you don't have to get yourself ready, if I can say that. And credit to him for keeping him calm and fighting through that tough little period and putting in a solid performance for India.